So the first thing, into the pan you're gonna add just to eat, and then no. Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. So this video is all about meal prep. I'm gonna be sharing with you 3 of my ideal yummiest recipes to help you along your fitness journey. Now for a long time, sis was eating out. I was eating out, I wasn't eating right, and I was not nourishing my body the way I am teaching you to. As part of the little mini YouTube series I'm doing called Bettering Myself, I want to teach you and myself the basics of meal prep and also learning to actually enjoy cooking. You guys already know how much I love cooking. You guys already know I'm Mediterranean, it's in our blood to cook. I'm Mediterranean! But I have been slacking big time. So it's time to go back to basics, make all the foods that I love, wholesome, nourishing, and that I actually enjoy. Meal prep does not need to be boring, and I know you're gonna enjoy this video. So without further ado, it's time for Cooking with Krissy. Oh, I miss doing that! It's been such a long time since I last did that. Literally, when is the last time we did a Cooking with Krissy video? I mean, anyway, without further ado, on to the first recipe, which is our Mexican kind of burrito bowl. Let's go. So the first thing we're making is the burrito bowls. Now, this is what we're gonna use. We're gonna use rice for our base alongside with crunchy lettuce. I'm gonna make some fresh guacamole and also give you some tips on how to keep it fresh as well. Sweet corn, and then for our meat base, I am actually going to be using beef. Now this is low fat beef, this is 5% fat beef, but you can use ground turkey, you can use corn, you can use whatever you want, but this is my meat of choice. So the first thing I'm going to do is cook the meat, let it sit, let it marinate a little bit, and then I'm going to build up my bowl. Now, like I said, this is only going to last for 2 meals. I'm making 4 for me and Brett because he takes a meal to work, so it's going to last us Monday and Tuesday for lunch, and then we're going to make dinner, which is going to be our chicken pasta dish. What the hell do we call it? Chicken pasta dish? Yeah. Chicken pasta dish. Chicken pasta dish, like it doesn't need a fancy name. Chicken pasta dish it is, okay. Now, as I'm cooking the meat, I've turned the heat down and I'm gonna add some seasoning. So I'm gonna add tasty tacos and also a little bit of chili con carne. On top of that, I will add a little bit of salsa, not too much, and nothing else. It doesn't require any salt and pepper because this is enough. So I'm gonna pop this into the pan. What you can do is add some chopped tomatoes if you wanted, just because it can get a bit dry. Is that just me? A little bit dry. So by adding a bit of chopped tomatoes, just adds a bit of substance to it. So we're gonna add this to the entire mix and then just a little bit more. Listen, I like flavor. Don't be giving me no dish with flavor. Not just salt, pepper, herbs, dried herbs, fresh herbs. Season your goddamn food. If you're not seasoning your food, that's why you don't like meal prep. Also, tip of the day, when you've emptied out your jar, add a little bit of water to it, put the lid back on, shake it all out. Listen.
No waste.
No waste, absolutely not. Are you crazy? Okay, so as I'm letting this cook and simmer, I've lowered the heat completely down. And then it's gonna cook for another 10 to 15 minutes so it gets like all juicy. Oh, I love when things marinate and they take its time. And then when you taste it, it's like, that's so much nicer than just rushing your food. So I'm gonna let this marinate whilst I prep the actual bowl itself. Now, one thing I wanna say is if you have this mindset where in order to look a certain way, in order to achieve your goals, you've gotta eat the most boring, plain food you can ever imagine to achieve your goals, that is not the case. Depends what your goal is, number one, but number two, I want you to actually enjoy your journey. If you're forcing dried ass chicken and smelly ass broccoli down your throat and you're just not enjoying that, then it's not going to be sustainable. Whenever something is unenjoyable, it's simply unsustainable. So instead of really dry chicken, find new ways to cook your chicken if that's what, you know, your protein of preference is. If you don't like broccoli, my gosh, there's so many other alternatives and veggies that you can choose. Like I said, it depends on your goal. If you're looking to lose weight, the ultimate goal is to be in a calorie deficit and your energy expenditure to be way higher. That's literally the ultimate goal. If you're looking to bulk, then obviously your goal and your calories will be completely different. You're going to be in a surplus. Everybody is different. It depends on what you want to achieve. But for the Better Me challenge that I've decided to take on board, I'm not looking to lose weight and I'm not looking to gain weight. I'm looking to simply have a more sustainable, fulfilling life. And that also means taking more time to cook for myself. I found myself, I was getting way too busy, I was getting way too chaotic, and guess what? I was eating out way more. I was looking for just quick things to grab, and I wasn't nourishing my body the way I know I should be. And whilst I'm cooking for myself, I might as well cook for my man, keep him nice and trim, keep him nice and healthy, you know? Don't say I didn't do anything for you, babe. Like, come on now. But seriously, if you have a family or you're cooking for your partner, just meal prep in bulk. It's gonna save you so much time, so much energy. The last thing I wanna be doing when I've been working 6 a.m., getting up in the morning at 6 a.m., starting work at 8, coming home and finishing my day at 9 p.m. is cook a meal. Are you crazy? Like, I don't have time for that. I wanna sit and watch Grey's Anatomy with my man. Like, I don't wanna be cooking. So meal prep, it's gonna save your relationship, I promise you that. Let's get back to this little bowl and I'll show you how I'm gonna assemble it now. So what we're gonna be doing, I've got 2 bowls here just to show you. I'm gonna grab a little bit of rice, this is my base. So it depends, like obviously Brett will have more rice than I do. He's a big man, you know. So I'll have maybe, I don't know, 50 grams of rice will be enough for me, to be honest, because I'm going to be adding all those other ingredients. So I've got some rice as a base, and then what I'm going to be doing is I am going to make some guacamole now. Please, nobody judge how I make guac, okay? I'm not claiming to be an expert, I'm just claiming to make good guac. So, guacamole, oh my gosh, she is absolutely perfect, look at her. And then, I don't know if you guys know this, I remove the pit by slamming it, twisting it, it comes out. And then I put it in the sink, put it all in. I'm gonna dice some onion in there. I'm gonna put some lime juice, chili flakes, some garlic, and olive oil. Slam it all together, smash it all up. And then I'm gonna put the avocado mix in these little bowls. And then I put that little bowl inside, just like so, and then it doesn't like go all over your food. If you can find smaller ones, that's even better. But I put it in there, and then I put my meat on top, my lettuce, my sweet corn, my beans, and yeah, everything just stays quite crisp. There's nothing worse than a sloppy meal prep, I swear.
How long did this took you?
To make? 20 minutes to make. The rice was pre-made, but you can make fresh rice. So it didn't really take that long because that was pre-made rice. But even if you make rice, literally, you just leave it to cook. Remember, when you're making rice, 1 cup of rice equates to 2 cups of water. And if I was you, I wouldn't stir it. Just let it simmer on a low heat, 10 minutes, and your rice is perfect. Add a tiny bit of chicken stock if you can to make it a little bit more, you know, tasty. But if you don't want to add any more flavors, you can just add a dash of pink Himalayan salt and you're good to go. But 20 minutes, and the burrito, do we call them burrito bowls or like Mexican bowls? Whatever you want to call them, they're done. 20 minutes. Now, 2 of these are mine, 2 of these are Brett's. That means I'll have one for lunch tomorrow and then the following day. The reason I only cook for 2 to 3 days at a time is because food goes a little bit manky. It goes a little bit So that's why 2 to 3 days. I meal prep twice a week. Now I do. Before I didn't, because like I said, I was just so busy and I was just not paying attention to what I needed to do for my body. So that's why now I'm taking the time to do it, and max it will take me an hour to meal prep around about 8 to 10 meals, which is absolutely incredible. It's so much more affordable, so much cheaper, and you're not wasting your money and you know exactly what's going into your body. Now on to the next dish, which is going to be my cold, well, when you eat it, it's cold. You can warm it up if you want, and that's the beauty about pasta. And also, yes, you can have pasta, 100%. And if you're not having pasta, what are you doing? Seriously. So the next dish we're gonna make is chicken arrabbiata, just tomato sauce pasta. Keep it as that, please. My pronunciations, I don't want people coming for me. So we're gonna do pasta, lots and lots of pasta. We're gonna do boiling hot water into the pan, just like so. Into the pan, you're gonna add a dash of olive oil so the pasta doesn't stick, and then also some salt. So a dash of salt, just like so. We're gonna let that cook. Now into the pan, someone get this girl a new pan. What is this? Do you know what that is? That's Brett not knowing how to cook things, and he just burns on my pan. So for our main sauce, we're gonna use peppers, but honestly, you can use any veggies that you love. I've just decided to go for peppers, half a white onion. So onion, and then we're gonna use some pasta sauce and also some chopped tomatoes, and also our protein is chicken. But you can make this dish with prawns, tuna from a can, corn, whatever you want to make it with. It's simply your choice. So decide on your base, which is your protein, and work around that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to dice a white onion, some peppers, and then we're going to make the sauce, but the salt, okay? But first of all, we're going to cook the chicken thoroughly. Then you're going to add all of your pepper and all of that stuff. Then your sauce, you're going to let it marinate. Then you do not throw the pasta water away. That pasta water is goodness. So you're gonna add a bit of the pasta water into your dish. You're gonna let it sit for a good 10 minutes on a low heat, and then you're gonna combine the pasta and the sauce together, put it in a big bowl, and whenever you're hungry, you just get a bit of pasta and then you have it cold or you have it warm, whatever you wanna do. But your meal prep is done. That's pretty much it. I wanted to show you something because I think sometimes it can be really overwhelming knowing like what foods to eat. It can be so overwhelming kind of knowing what to eat, how much you should be eating for your body, and kind of like even have an inspiration. And that is why when you go onto the Toner Sculpt app, with every subscription you get access to a meal plan catered for you and your body type and your body goals. Guys, there's thousands of recipes and new ones being added each and every single week. But one thing I wanted to show you, for example, if you want to make like this nut butter chocolate pot, right? But let's say you want to make enough for you and your partner, enough for you and your family, or enough for you and your kids. All you need to do is increase the quantity. So now I've increased it for 4 quantities because it's for 1 quantity, 5, 6. And then you will get the amount needed to make 6 of these chocolate pots. And then the method is provided. But you can get so many recipes, from dinner to snacks to lunch, from brand new recipes, look, like Chinese chicken fakeways, cherry Bakewell baked oats. And I just think, in all honesty, there has been moments where I'm like, what do I even cook? I go onto the Toner Sculpt app and I'm like, right, that's what I'm gonna have. And then I just increase the amount for me and Brett, and then I add a little bit more because he's a bit bigger than me. No, he's a lot bigger than me. So that's what I do. And if you want to give the Toner Sculpt app a go, and if you want to look at the recipes, I encourage you to do so. Take advantage of the 14-day free trial. Normally apps are 7 days free trial, but we've done it for 2 weeks because we want you to implement a bit of a habit. So by going on it, giving a recipe a go, finding what you like, You know what? Just even sharing a recipe, which you can do with one of your best friends, to see whether she or he will like it. Just do it. And I encourage you to have a look at how many amazing recipes there's out there, and you don't ever need to get bored. Like, you will never get bored, and that's the whole point. A sustainable lifestyle is not boring food. It's wholesome, nutritional food that your soul enjoys. Like, you will love it, okay? So always remember that.
What does the word strong mean to you? Is it about how much weight you can lift?
I lift.
Or is it about the ability
I don't need a man.
to push self-doubt aside and keep on persevering, despite the times you've wanted to give up?
I don't want to give up.
With my new guide, Strong, available now on the Tony Sculpt app.
No! I have failed you! So I've lowered the heat now to let that marinate. What I'm going to do is add a bit of pink salt. By the way, tomatoes always need a bit more salt, and then some garlic powder, and then finally some black pepper. I'm leaving the chicken to marinate, but I'm going to be making some homemade simple granola. Now, when you buy granola from the shops, sometimes it's just full of things you can't even understand and read. Making it at home is so simple, it's so easy to make. I cannot stress that enough. You can have it with yogurt, you can have it with some milk of your choice, and it's such a convenient breakfast or snack. So what I'm gonna do is, in a bowl, literally so simple, I'm going to grab, depending on how much you wanna make. So Brett doesn't really eat granola, so it's just for me. I'm gonna grab 2 cups of oatmeal, and then here I have some almonds and pecans. So what I want you to do with those almonds and pecans is you're gonna chop them all up finely, or you can throw them in like this, it's completely up to you. So just by chopping them, or what you can do is what my mum does, she puts them in a bag, like a sandwich bag, and she like bangs them about. However you wanna chop them, you chop them your way. Clearly that's why my mum doesn't do that, because there's almonds flying absolutely everywhere. No one ever put me on a cooking show because it was just going to be a bit bloody shit show. And then all I'm going to do is add some maple syrup to this mix. And then I'm going to mix it all together so it's all combined. I'm going to throw the mixture in. I'm going to simply shake it. Pop it in the oven for about 5 to 6 minutes. Once it's golden on top, shake it about again, put it in for another 6 minutes, and then I would repeat the process 3 more times, just to ensure that everything is nice and golden and crispy. That's it, put it in the oven, we'll check on it in a bit. We have 3 bits of meal prep here. Some homemade granola in a jar that you can have with your yogurt or milk in the morning, or even as a snack. Some pasta, chicken and tomato sauce. You can have this cold or hot. And then of course our yummy, yummy little Mexican bowl of goodness that you can have cold and on the go. In all honesty, it took me about an hour to prep all of this, and it just goes to show an hour prep means I don't need to be stressing about what snack I should be having. I don't need to be stressing about what my lunch is going to be, and I do not need to be stressing about what my dinner is going to be for the next 2 to 3 days. And that's the beauty of meal prep. Meal prep, you need to change the way you perceive it. Meal prep should not be one of those things where, oh my god, I've prepped my food that I don't like in order to reach my goals. I don't want you to perceive it like that. Perceive it more as Meal prep allows me to have the time to spend with the people I love and do the things I love, and also nourish my body and know what I'm putting into my body, instead of wasting my money away in really expensive unnecessary restaurants, or actually things that I don't actually know what it's made out of. So this gives you control. If you can control something in your life, take that lead and control it. And this gives me so much control, and I know I'm nourishing my body within. I wasn't doing this for a while, guys, and that's why, if you notice, I haven't done a what I eat in a day in a very long time, and that's because I'm being honest. I've been all over the place. I've been eating out. I've not been nourishing my body the way I know I should be, and my mum would be so disappointed if she heard me say that, because she's the one that kept pushing me to cook, teaching me how to cook, and teaching me the importance of nourishing my body. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you're going to try one of the recipes. And also, like I said, take advantage of the 14-day free trial on the Toner Sculpt app and find a recipe that you absolutely love. Whether you're vegan, whether you have dairy intolerance, gluten-free, there is something for you on the Toner Sculpt app. I love you always and forever, and thank you so much for watching.